Hello everyone, my name is Vĩ and I'm here to show you how to deploy OnTrack on your local machine. And for many of you like that, you have trouble with deploy OnTrack using Docker. And currently I'm using macOS right now, so I have another version for Windows users as well. But first let's just focus on the macOS system. Then you have the first thing you need to do is to fork the File deployer and File API as well as the File web here. We head to the File deploy and we started to fork, and the fork button is right over the top left, top right corner right here. And you can create fork onto your local GitHub repository. And just take a little bit time. And it should be looking like this when you successfully forked your file deployed. And after that, you have to clone your project into your local machine. By doing that, we're gonna use terminal to do that. And you go to your terminal and then just type out git clone recurse submodels and paste out the link. And it started to clone out your file deployed to your local machines. And you don't have to worry about the file web or the file API. They are already included in the file deploy. To save us some time, I already go inside the development folder, and inside the development folder I run the docker compose run rm.file API patch, and inside this folder, when it's run and make the pull request on the file API, after all of the commands complete, inside the container we just created, just run bundle exec rails db. This line of code is to set the environment for our project. Rails environment development. It might take some time. To run the code. To do is to populate the database for our project. And to do this, we go bundle execute break dp populate. And it might take a little while to create the database. And we hit exit on that one. After following all the steps, we managed to create a container, which is the file db, which stands for the database. And what missing out from that document is the file web. We didn't create the file web actually, so the next step is to create the container. And by doing that, we just run the docker compose run -u. We put it in the port 4200. File web bash. And this may take a few seconds or maybe minutes. Some of the container or some of the files already exist when we doing the database. So after you create the Delphi web, you can see that when you click in the port right here, this won't happen, like it won't work. So the problem that we have is the npm conflicting. You can see here when I type mvp install, it's got some errors, and this error I think is from the Delphi API. Oh, sorry, it's from the Delphi deployment, more specifically the Delphi web. So to solve the problem, we have to go with the npm install, and we have to force it. This error, and I try to fix the error when I working on with another team member, and there's some problems with the npm, the newer version of the Delphi web right here. And after running a while, we can go with npm start. Just wait for the Angular to compile. Go to the Docker file, you can see all the container that we have right here. Just give it another minute, and we can see the compile successfully, and we go to the pod, and here you're on track. And you can follow the contribution files right here. You can copy this one to here. Here you're on track. You can follow this one to work on with your OnTrack. You can log in that for different roles, and also you can go to your Visual Studio Code and then start to coding with your components by opening this one. Here you can see the API. Usually in the UI enhancement, we're gonna work with all the things in the Delphi web, and also there's some component relating to the API, as well as the the DB. So good luck.